Hi guys, Magiet here. Today I decided to go over one of the interesting spots which I faced in the WCOOP 2020 $215 tournament, which I was lucky to win. Before we jump into the hand, I would like to explain a little bit of how what was the situation on the table. So we are already in the money, and PokerStars payout structures are pretty flat. So it means that they preserve survival mode and reward lowering the variance. I have, as you can see, I've got 7th stack, which is equal to roughly 100 bigs, so I can very comfortably play my game. Some of you might be familiar with me as a player, but long story short, I play PLO up to high stakes. Mainly cash games. I play tournaments mainly during the series, pretty exclusively only during the series. So in $200 tournament, I was very confident that I have very significant edge over the field, and I think having that in mind is actually really important while analyzing that hand. Guy on my left, as you can see, this is the new table. This is the 10th hand which we are playing here, but after those 9 hands, he seemed pretty aggressive. Pre-flop call is standard. Versus 2x, you have to defend extremely wide. Especially without ICM pressure, and since I'm the big stack, there is no ICM pressure on me. On ace high boards, I have no leading range because in position have way more of the he has huge advantage in the top range, which in this case means distribution of sets. I still flat some of my weaker ace-ace combos, but he has all of them, and I exclude some of them from my range by 3-betting pre-flop the stronger combos. On the flop, I definitely want to have some raising range. I think my hand is not strong enough. If I raise here with a set of 9s, which is one of the main hands categories which I raise here, I think that I just choose the combos which are significantly stronger than that one. So example could be ace 9-9, which is the best combo, which I can literally have here, especially if I have straight blocker, especially jack or 10, and some other 9-9 combos with a straight draw. I probably raise every open-ender here, definitely 10-7. I'm not so sure about 7-6. Let's say this one is close. Depends on the backdoor flush draws. So when I faced his bet, as you can see, I thought for a moment about raising. That would definitely not be my size. I just clicked random button for full pot. So yeah, flop call is standard. Now we get to the turn, and of course on this card nuts haven't changed, so I don't have a leading range. So I check my range, and when he bet here, his range is very polarized, or it should be. It should contain Queen Jack 10 and aces, and those should be, and maybe some Ace 9 as well. Those should be his main bets using like 90% pot size. And I don't know, it might sound weird, but in a way I felt that he has aces, and I remember that one of the interview with Jamie Gold, which I read maybe like 10 years ago, when he was discussing his WSOP main event victory, and he mentioned something that like the good players have the like sixth sense, and they can feel if someone has aces, and that was my impression at this moment. So and another reason was that okay, I can raise and maybe I'm a little bit ahead versus his whole range, but I cannot lower SPR to the level, as you can see, where I can like get all the money in. I still have to play some rivers with like really awkward SPR, and if the river will be straight card or diamond, then I'm in like really awkward spot. Also, even if I believe that my check raise here is plus chip EV, and probably it probably is plus chip EV, you have to make a distinction between plus chip EV and plus dollar EV, and in tournaments that distinction can be actually pretty huge, and that's why you should lower your variance, because chips which you win are worth significantly less than chips which you not lose. So, and that is also multiplied by the factor that I have a skill advantage or skill edge, and because of that I don't really want to risk my stack or put the chips in kind of close spots. The spot would be probably significantly different in the 5K tournament, where edges are way smaller and you simply cannot really give up those spots. But in $200 tournament, I think I can do that. So I call. Of course, I have no leading range on this card, and he's gonna bet big in a moment. I don't remember exact sizing, but again, okay, he went for a full pot, almost 95%. I don't think that I have any value in raising. Let's start with that. I have very little, and if you consider his calls or the ratio of better hands which can potentially call me again, and compare that ratio, like compare number of those hands to the number of hands which can call me actually, and which I can beat. So I think aces are way bigger part of his range, simply speaking. So less than 50%. I beat less than 50% of his calls in the spot. So my only option is to call or fold. And how crazy it might sound, I really thought about folding, because only a combo which he can actually bluff is Jack 10 9, sorry, Queen Jack 10. And again, it really smelled like that he has aces. But you know, it's not that easy to fold second nuts or third nuts in this case, actually, in the situation where it's possible that he is actually value betting worst hands, because I think it's small chance that he might value betting ace 8 with that sizing. So eventually I decided to call. I was a little bit maybe I was a little bit angry when he showed me the hand, because in a way I smell that he has aces, but as I said, sometimes there is nothing you can do, and if you look at that spot from theoretical perspective, if I start folding my hand here, the good player will smash me, barreling everything pretty much, and knowing that I will not be able to fold. But sometimes spots like that happen and there is nothing you can do. So yeah,